What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the new Nightflower pressed powder palette from Lethal Cosmetics. So y'all know I love Lethal Cosmetics. Again, shout out to my girl Karen Harris, because that's how I found out about this brand. I had seen I think I had seen the After Dark palette, and then they sent it to Karen in PR, and then I watched Karen's video and she's talking about how wonderful it was. So y'all know me, let Karen say it's fire, let Karen say it's good, let Karen even halfway like it, I will consider buying it automatically. So this is one time that this is one of the many times that Karen's put me onto a brand, because like I said, I didn't even know Lethal existed till I saw Karen with the After Dark palette, and I was like, oh, what is that? Is that pastels that work on us? And Karen doesn't even like pastels, but I was like, but it works on us. I need to have it, because I actually like pastels. If you can't tell by the brightness of my eyes, even though I feel like this is more neon. But let's get back to what we're actually talking about, which is Lethal Cosmetics. So this palette retails for 50 bucks. I'm going to read the cute little description they have. It says Nightflower palette, an eyeshadow palette inspired by the mystery and intrigue of the Nightflower, featuring 6 mattes, 2 classic metallics, 1 dual chrome, and 3 multi-chrome shadows. Our signature formula designed for smooth application, amazing pigmentation, and easy blendability. Our signature eyeshadow formula is as impressive as it is dependable. It says all day wear, no creasing, no fading. Wear your most beautiful creations all day and never worry about touch-ups. So it was made in Germany and has 24-month shelf life and has a cardboard packaging, and then it shows the ingredients. So I feel like anybody who knows me knows, as soon as I saw this palette, I was like, so when do I buy it? What time does it drop? All that. Somehow I ended up missing the launch of this one. I always end up missing Lethal's launches initially, and then I always have to buy pre-orders. That's why mine took so long. But you know, it's here and I'm excited. So this is what she looks like on the inside. I'm trying to find an angle where like the reflective, oh there we go, I was about to say where the reflective packaging isn't doing so much. But this is stunning. I absolutely love this color story, and I'm sure it will have the wonderful formula that they have in all their palettes, but I really like their formula. I feel like their mattes are powdery, but you know, like the Dose of Color mattes are powdery, and I really like those as well. So it's not that big a deal to me. It might be a big deal to you, which is why I'm mentioning. By the way, did I say the palette was 50 bucks? Because it's 50 bucks. But you can get a discount if you use what? Everyone say it together now. We use code Cage Makeup in this household. So you go use code Cage Makeup when you buy this palette, so we can help Karen continue her makeup addiction and share her makeup addiction with us. And then she can use her money from her job to take care of cute little baby Freya and her household. So you use code KH Makeup, and we can help Karen help us by continuing to buy all these cute products. Even though she gets PR from them, but that's not the point. She can use it to buy a palette from a brand that she doesn't get PR for, to give us a review. Like Clarity Cosmetics, she just did a gorgeous look with the Bloom palette. But this is another palette I have from them. This is the Velvet Dust. I bought this one after I bought the After Dark, and that's when I started my obsession with them. Then I have the Teresa's Dead one, and this is the 4th Lethal palette I've added to my collection. I have their dual chrome shadows as well. Let me show you what some of those look like. I think I only have one here though, because I already have a similar one that looks like it at home. It's a dupe for the Scarab shade. So if you like the Scarab shade from the liquid forming in it, if you like the Scarab shade, then it's this shade Cypress. It's really similar to what do you call it? Scarab from Natasha Denona. Now let's get into my comparison, because I have like 4 palettes that I feel like are somewhat similar to this, because we know, or if you're new to this channel, I love blues, greens, and purples. So this pink and purple bluish vibe they have going on, I'm here for. So I had the Clarity Cosmetics Clarity Confidential palette I showed you all a while ago. As you can see, it's giving somewhat similar tones to this. I know the quality of this one is going to be better than this one though, because to me their shadows are always too hard pressed in the pan, so it takes a lot to pick them up. So that's what I don't necessarily like about this brand. They have hits and misses like ColourPop does when it comes to theirs, but my problem with them is, again, they always have a whole bunch of press glitters. So, but I just wanted you to see the comparison side by side as far as colors go. I do have a video on this one if anyone's curious though. The next one I have is the Cinderella palette, because I feel like the tones in this one are really similar to that as well. So I figured I would show both of those. So here's what both of those look like. I'm sorry if there's a glare. It's hard for me to see around. It's because it's longer than the Lethal one. Okay, there we go. So I feel like they're not as exact dupes, because to me this is more a deeper muted version. So if you want to mix some of the lighter shimmers from the Lethal palette with the Cinderella palette from Sigma, I feel like that would be a good palette mashup or palette combination. Now we're going to show the original Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette, because when they came out with Age of Opulence, it looked really similar in my personal opinion to it. So I will show these side by side. And I feel like these are kind of giving somewhat similar vibes, although the Lethal one has pinks and this one doesn't have pinks. It just has more purples and dark blues and then that neutral set across the top. But I figured I would show them so you can have a nice comparison. I'm going to have to do all of these on Instagram tomorrow, which is going to be a whole ordeal. But hopefully I'll have decent sunlight to where I can go outside and get all this done. Last I have is, like I said, the Age of Opulence. So this is what both of them look like side by side. But if you can tell, I just have a pattern of really liking colors like this. I meant to bring the, what is it, the Backstage palette from LA Girl, but I will do that when I get home tomorrow since I forgot to pack it. And those shimmers are kind of sensitive, so I hate packing those, because if I put too much in the bag when I have to bring all this stuff here, then it'll break the shimmer and I have to try to repress it, and it's a whole thing that I just don't want to deal with. So I will do that one last when I get home and do the rest of them here. But this is what Age of Opulence looks like alongside this palette. I was going to get the new Beauty Bay blue purplish palette, but then I was like, we're not doing that. So let me zoom you ladies all in real quick here. This is the In the Limelight palette by ColourPop. I actually just got finished editing this video and I'm uploading this to YouTube right now as we speak. So you'll see that one Monday, but I think you'll see this one Wednesday. And then I got the e.l.f. Camo powder coming up Friday. That's actually what's on my face right now, so you can tell me what you think of that down below. Anyway, I'm gonna go off camera and give y'all a look with this palette, and then I will return. Okay, so here we'll be working with y'all. Let's get into it. So I didn't use a whole lot of shades. I used these three right here. I used this one, then I used the two light purples at the top, and this purple right here. So I used probably like, and this purple right here. So I used about 4 or 5 shades. Typical amount of shades that I normally go for. I did my little ombre lid. Only thing is the colors are so close together that I feel like you don't see a difference with the 2 shades I put on the lid, which is somewhat disappointing, but I gave y'all that bright pop of blue in the inner corner, so I figured that'd be good. If you hear Ratatouille in the background, it's because Adriangameover is watching Ratatouille. Because this mic picks up really well, because your stats heard whatever he's watching in the background. So I'm just telling y'all now, if you hear other stuff, because Adriangameover is here with mommy. So that's what you hear. I know one of y'all asked for a makeup collection video, so I might start on that today since we're already here and he has already eaten. And I don't know what time the taco restaurant opens, and he wants another burrito, so I have to see what time they open, and they'll let me know how long I have time to film. But I knew we had to get this one done today because I have been impatiently waiting on this palette to show up at my doorstep, and it literally showed up yesterday on Friday. So I was like, yes, I will take it and I will film with it. So I'm excited like a lamb to use this palette. I did like 2 or 3 videos yesterday. I'm trying to stay updated on stuff, so that way I don't have to worry about, you know, having to rush over just to film to make sure I have content to go up for the week. I'm trying to basically stay ahead like I used to be. Look at all that pigment, and I only like dipped into it one time, and y'all see I'm still blending out the pigment. Like, this is gorgeous. Look how stunning that is. Yes, I'm here for it. So simply gorgeous. Now I'm gonna go to the next shade, which is the what is it, lighter purple? Yeah, so we're gonna go to this purple right here now and put that toward the middle of the crease. This is a technique I learned from Lily Living Life a long time ago, because when I used to watch a video, she had like an ombre crease, and I always thought it was so cool. So that's when I started doing it. So shout out to Lily Living Life. I don't know what's been going on with her, because she hasn't posted a video in a while, and I know I'm subscribed. I need to go check and see if like they unsubscribed me, because I live for Lily video. I love when she does her makeup therapy videos or she just does reviews in general. And Lily can give me a good old haul any day of the week. Do you hear me? Like her or Colorful Camille, let them put on a haul. I will sit and watch the entire thing. I don't care that it's 45 minutes long. I'm watching it. Next, because that purpley lavender shade I showed you all at the bottom, because that's what's at the very front of mine. So let's just get into that. I actually didn't use shade to dust over the top like I normally do. I know, right? Like, who am I? I don't know. If anyone's curious on my lips, I have glazed from Fenty. It's the lip glazes that she has, as opposed to, you know, the lipsticks she just came out with, the semi-matte ones. Or is it satin matte? I believe they're semi-matte, but the ones in the container like this, that's what's on my lips right now. I just kept it simple because I feel like I don't feel like trying to do too much. I'm thinking about starting a new series of revolving around eyeshadow palettes, since you know I love eyeshadow palettes. We're just giving an eyeshadow palette down, and that way I can show off more of them, and then we can get into like doing looks with older ones, comparing them to the other older ones, and just have a good old time. Cause like all the other YouTubers, I'm tired of like buying a palette and then 20 minutes later having to use a different one and never be able to use my stuff. So I was like, maybe this would be a good way we can like deep dive into brands and compare brands to other brands, and then we can put both brands on the eyes, and that can be how I use them. So I'm gonna try to film one of those next week. While Adriangameover was at school, but he had a half a day this week, which is why I didn't come out here and film in the morning like I normally try to do. You're a child and then you go to school. Anyway, I'm just taking the dark purple halfway down here because I wanted it to be somewhat matching, but then I decided I wanted to have the rest of it to be shimmery, as you can see, so I put the dark blue down there, and I felt like that was a nice little touch, but we'll get to that in a second. Right now I'm trying to put all these shimmers on the lid. So I start off with the lavender one right here toward the back, and I put this one toward the front, and then of course y'all see the sparkly blue in the inner corner, and then we'll get to the bottom with the lower lash line, and then we'll get into my thoughts on this palette. But let's go ahead and pop the lavender on real quick. So that's halfway, and we have the lavender on, and it has a little bit of, I feel like the iridescent and shifting type color to it. And now we're going to take the goldish peachy looking one, goldish peachy pink looking one in the front, and dab in the front. But you see what I'm saying about how they look pretty similar? Because I feel like I don't see a difference in the shift between these two colors. But like in the pan, they look completely different. So to me, that was interesting when I put them on the lid, and I felt like they looked really similar. I feel like we should dab a little bit more, maybe on this, purple on this side, just to like, don't let the shimmer overpower the outer V. So I didn't add any product, I'm just dusting what's already on here. Now let's go ahead and get into my blue pop it in the corner, because that's actually one of my favorite parts of this look. I've never done like a bright blue inner corner like this with an eye look like this, so I thought it'd be fun to switch it up. And I like the fact that they added this into the palette, because I feel like it makes it unique to all the other pinkish purple blue palettes I own, like all the other ones I showed you at the beginning of this video. So I'm loving the uniqueness of that whole situation, and I'm here for it. It's a vibe. So there's that. Now we're gonna take that blue shimmery shade at the bottom and just run it down here. So it's the effect that I have on the other side to match. I will put my mascara and eyeliner on off camera when I take my Look at Me Up Sexy photos, but I just wanted you to see the actual eye look done before we get into that part. So as you can see, I'm just dusting this along the bottom. And then I'm going to take my clean brush again. Just blend around everything. Make sure everything looks nice. So this is the finished eye. There's back up and have a conversation with you because now you're too close to my personal space. But look at those shimmers. Like, I can see the shift in here. Like on my hand, it's pink, but then when I turn it this way, it's gold, and with this one, it's pink and gold. So I feel like that's why they're probably not similar, because it's pink, purple, and then like a lavenderish gold going on, and then with this one, it's just like a bright pink that turns into a gold. So that's why it looks really similar on the lid. I didn't look at the swatches ahead of time, so that's my thought. Anyway, I love this palette. Like, I will have to say this is probably my favorite Lethal palette, and it used to be the Velvet Dust that I showed you all at the beginning as well, to show you I have other Lethal palettes. But I would put this one at the top, then I would put my After Dark palette, because those are pastels that actually work for some of my skin tone, and then I would put Velvet Dust at the bottom. As far as they're just everyday palettes. Obviously I'm gonna come up Teresa's Dead's palette, because hers is really fun and colorful too. So I like all my Lethal palettes. I can't ever complain about the Lethal quality or the palettes I have from them. I love all of them. But this is like obviously the one I'm going to reach for the most, because we all know I love blues, purples, and this one is just sick from heaven. So this is their best release to date as far as I'm concerned. I absolutely love this palette, and I recommend you try it out if you like blues and purples like I do. As you can see, I got this gorgeous look out of it, and it will be put to well use in my collection. So those are my thoughts on this palette. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.